You're right, Ceres. I'll help you.
Thanks.
Fine. See you when I return with the traitors' heads.
I'll stay here. Someone must see to everything. Summon the healer, hand the fallen over to their families. Wolf, I thank you.
Ever see anything like that?
No, and I hope I never will again.
Where'd the bears come from? We were all laughing, eating, drinking. Suddenly, a massacre. Torrents of blood on the walls.
What happened before the massacre? Be precise.
Young Lucas bet he could empty a barrel of beer in one go. He climbed on the table, grabbed a pony keg of centering wheat, and started chugging. His throat bulged like a blowfish. Face went red, but he kept drinking. Folks started banging their tankards on the table, shouted, "Lugos, Lugos." Then, from the other side of the room, we heard this roar. We turned in unison as if a coxswain had called. They were there. They were already there. Folks closest to the bears didn't even manage to draw their weapons. They were ripped to shreds.
We'll avenge them, I promise. We've talked enough. Let's look around.
Let me know what you find. I'll speak to the others. Maybe someone saw more than I did.
All right. What do we have here? Bear's head, but the tongue's short, like a human's. Mouth smells of honey liqueur. Mead. And something else. Something earthy. Bears like honey. Before it's fermented. Strange. Something under the fur. A tattoo? Shape of a bear paw. Old scar. Looks like it was sutured. Half man, half bear. Something like a lycanthrope. No full moon, so something else caused the transformation. Maybe something he ate or drank. Mead. Mead with an earthy aroma. Need to check the horns, tankards, and bowls. Here. Mead spiked with some kind of mushroom. And human blood. Ceres, come here.
A guard saw what happened. Those weren't bears. They were...
Men who transform into bears.
Uh-huh. Berserkers.
Think I know what caused them to transform. The mead they drank. Smell this. Mead spiked with blood. And something else. Thinking it could be a mushroom, but I don't recognize the type.
Hjort might help us. Few druids know herbs better.
Can't hurt to try.
Freyr, our mother, may the sea swallow the traitors. Freyr, our lady.
Mind if I interrupt?
Already have? What is it?
Someone spiked one of the mead barrels with blood and something else. An herb or a mushroom. Ceres said.
Give me the horn. I know the smell. A mushroom. Mardrome.
Mardrome. Never heard of it.
You have another name for it on the continent. Psilocybe, I believe.
All right. Peasants eat it to soothe pain.
Udalric tried it too, but only a few times. In larger doses, the mushroom causes visions, nightmares.
Yes, the last thing Udalric needed more of. Thanks for your help. Blood and mardrome. The taste of human flesh and a substance that triggers visions. That well could have caused the rage. Maybe even the transformation.
Maybe. Hard to believe someone spiked the mead here in the hall, though, in front of all those witnesses.
You're right. I helped prepare for the feast. I'd have noticed. It might have happened before they brought the drink upstairs. In the cellars, maybe? Come on, we could find some clues there. I really hope Hjalmar's doing something useful, not just looking for a fight.
Relax. Your brother's impetuous, not stupid.
We keep the poison at the cellar's other end down below. Come, I'll show you. The stench! Is that vodka?
A Hackerman spirit. Someone ruined several barrels of the finest.
Good thing Dad's got other worries on his mind. Right behind you.
That's a relief. Blood and mushrooms. Think we can find out where this barrel came from? Looks different. What the? Shit.
The spirit! There's another exit behind the barrels, but they're too heavy. We'll never move them.
Don't intend to. Quick. When I get my hands on that pyromaniac,
Let's think. They had to use the entrance we used. Maybe they left some prints behind.
maybe. When the door slammed shut and the fire broke out, did you hear a bottle shatter too?
No, but I've no Witcher senses at my disposal. You must hear the hair growing on my head.
I try not to eavesdrop. Anyway, entrance is worth checking. Come on. Must have felt his clothing rip, but was in a hurry.
What's this?
Piece of cloth.
No, it can't be.
What is it?
Arnvald's tunic. Only he wears this kind.
Sure about that?
Saw him in the main hall with the servants. Let's go.
Why'd you betray them? Talk or I'll finish what I started.
No uncreate should ever sit on Skellige's throne. I know you better than others do. You're hot-headed, irresponsible. Skellige needs stability, a strong king. Not the kind a band of drunken jarls will choose.
Curious. Never heard you voice that idea, but I do know one who never stops saying it. It's Bernard Bran, isn't it? You were never a good liar, Arnvald.
We need proof. Your word against Berna's, that's not enough.
Arnvald, help us, and I'll ask my dad to grant you an honorable death. I'll insist.
I've letters from her. Instructions. How to poison the mead. But she never signed them. There's no seal.
Will that be enough?
It'll have to be. We shouldn't delay. Time to gather the Jarls.
I've assembled the Jarls in council as you demanded, Ceres on Crate. You claim to know who's behind the slaughter at Caer Trolda. Speak then. The blood of Skellige's sons and daughters. Whose hands does it stain?
Bernard Bran's.
The lass is mad. Do you think anyone will believe you?
You had them serve poison mead to the berserkers.
I beg your pardon. The servants of Caer Trolda are not mine to command. 'Twas your father who called for the feast, who assembled the guests.
There's reason in these words.
Have you any proof to confirm your accusation?
I've better. I've a witness. Arnvald.
Ceres speaks true. Bernard commanded me to poison the maid. And Ceres and the Witcher descended into the cellars.
You betrayed us. The clan that took you in.
Good man. He's a servant to Uncreate, a lackey. He will say what they command him to say. He would lie for them even were he to pay for it with his head.
Bernard speaks true. Arnvald has served at Caer Trolder ever since I remember. Loyally, like a dog.
Got one more piece of evidence.
A letter from Bernard to Arnvald, instructing him how to spike the mead.
It lacks my signature. It lacks my seal.
But perfume soaked through the parchment. A very strong scent, you know. Still to be sensed.
Is this your proof, lass? Is this what you call evidence of my supposed treason? Don't make me laugh.
Berna's right, Ceres. 'Tis all precious little proof of her wrongdoing. Alas, your brother Hjalmar also has not presented anything that could clear your family's name. We've but one path left to us. Holger, Lugos, it's time we quit this damn castle. Come, we must decide what punishment Clan Uncreate will face.
I'm sorry, Cirrus.
Wait! Mother, you bade me to leave the hall before the feast. Why?
Son, not now.
Why did you do it? How did you know? How?
We stand silent.
You gave Ceres no credence. Gave the Witcher no credence. But you must give credence to a son who accuses his own mother. The massacre was her doing. She shamed herself, me, the family, the clan.
Svanrige, I did it for you. Only for you.
You admit to this deed. As the eldest of the Jarls, I cleanse the name of Clan on Crete, and you, Burna Bran, I sentence to death. You will be chained to a rock to perish of hunger and thirst, and seafowl will peck apart your remains.
Burna had a lust for power, I knew this. But so strong as to commit such a crime.
What about Svanrige? What's his fate?
He'll lose his home, his name, his honor. He'll choose exile. Or death. But enough. Whatever comes, we must endure. I thank you, Geralt. Again.
No need. Again.
I'll not take any more of this modesty. This is a land of heroes. Let this remind you of that. And now, I must ride for Gedinate, for the Jarl's Council. Time to pick a king.
What do you think? Who'll get the nod?
Come with me, see for yourself. All may listen to our deliberations.
I do have a horse in the race. Can't refuse, to be honest.
As I thought. Well, let's go. We're just in time.
They've already started.
Weren't long ago, we gave King Bran back to the sea. Today, our mourning ends. Today, by the grace of the gods and the clans, a new ruler takes the crown. Let us swear her fealty.
I know some would see another in my place. I thank those who stood at my side. Here, beneath the sacred oak, I pledge to be a good queen to the ones and the others. I want peace and prosperity to reign in Skellige. And I count on you to help me fulfill that dream.
Ceres! 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 Ceres!
While the continent lay engulfed by war, Skellige bloomed under Ceres' enlightened rule. Unlike those who had come before her, the young queen did not raid foreign shores, looking instead to her people, tending to her land. The island-bound nation prospered, though its fangs of yore were dulled.
I'm going with Hjalmar. Don't know where, but I'm going.
Knew you'd not turn down an adventure.
I'll stay here. Someone must see to everything. Summon the healer, hand the fallen over to their families. Wolf, I thank you.
Right. We're here.
Meaning? Gonna explain what we're doing or not?
Remember the wild men I sparred with? The ones we called Vilkarls?
You might have mentioned them when I walked in.
This is Fornhala, their village. They were the ones who changed into bears, just like in the legends about berserkers. I saw it with my own eyes. Might have been alone in that. Everyone else was staring at young Lugos. He claimed he could down a barrel of beer in one go. Almost did it too.
So what now?
Simple. We welcomed the Wildkarls under our roof, gave them food, drink, and they spilled our blood. So now they must pay. In blood.
Should at least take one alive. Make him testify before.
This ain't the continent, Witcher. Don't need no court to see justice done.
Stop to consider that somebody might have duped them, used them.
Then they'll die for being idiots. Enough jabbering already. Let's go.
An old shrine, covered in runes.
I know the signs. Language of our forefathers. Svalbard. Damn it.
What is it? That a name?
Aye. A deity whose worship is banned. All altars devoted to him were raised years ago. Priests extolling him were bound. Tossed into sailless longboats that were pushed out to sea.
What did this deity do to earn condemnation?
Him? Nothing. But those who promised him almost drowned Skellige in blood. You see, Svalbard demanded sacrifices. Human sacrifices. Sword at the ready, Witcher.
Strange smell. Bit like incense. Bit like a bait we witchers use.
For what?
Bears.
Crikey, you've a sniffer like a hound's.
Better. Follow me.
Looking for death.
Nay, vengeance!
And answers. Why'd you attack Kertrolde?
We didn't come to the feast to kill, but we've no regrets about what happened there. There are weaklings in every herd. They must die to make room for those of strong blood.
Strong blood? What are you talking about?
I speak of the she-bear and her cub.
We've talked enough.
Good. Talking tires me.
Well, won't get anything else out of him.
We don't need to. Everything's clear, blood for blood.
Realize they might have acted at someone's behest? Might have just been part of a plot.
We on Crete always have foes. Let them plot, let them strike. They'll end like the Wildkarls.
Voices. More of them further on.
I'm counting on it. Let's go.
Svalbard! Svalbard! We summon thy power!
Our forebears forbade all from worship in Svalbard, on pain of death.
What? Where'd you?
From Caer Trolde. Bet you know why we're here.
Aye. On a matter that's not to you, mutant. A matter of pride and honor.
Didn't see any honor in what happened at Crack's castle. That was a massacre, plain and simple.
You see in darkness, yet are still blind. We spilled that blood for Skellige. For a king we can be proud of.
Don't give a damn about your motivations. Give me a name.
I'd sooner die than tell you.
Arise! Arise and drink of the blood!
Not afraid to die. Gotta give him that.
A letter. Turns out the Vildkarls, unwitting tools. This druid, Artis, was to be the new king's advisor. Cheap reward for sicking the Vildkarls on your guests, causing all that bloodshed.
Who signed it?
Nobody. Anonymous.
You were right. There's someone else behind it all. All the mayhem.
What now?
I'll tell the Jarls what we found here. Hope it's enough to clear the clan's name. Come on, we're done here. It was them attacked us. The Vildkarls.
Will you claim they turned into bears? That they're the berserkers our nanny scared us with as children? Is that it?
I saw them transform. With my own eyes.
Did you see Freya ride by astride a wild boar as well? You've discovered as much as your sister. That's to say, nothing.
Send men to Fornhala, then you'll believe.
Been there. A shabby village, a few huts. What's their of interest?
A temple. To Svalbard.
Go on, Hjalmar.
What about? I found the traitors, wrought vengeance on them. That's everything.
No, not everything. The Vildkarls conspired with someone. Found a letter on one of their corpses.
Big. This does not identify the guilty party.
That's not why we've gathered. You washed away disgrace with the blood of our foes, Hjalmar. I, eldest among the Jarls, cleanse your clan's name. We part in peace.
So it is true. Warriors have become bears.
I'd say it's the opposite. I saw their transformative ritual. Our trial of the grasses, pure pleasure by comparison.
The Vildkarls have been punished. You and Hjalmar saw to that. But our true foe continues to prowl about. I sense hard times ahead for Skellige. But enough. Whatever comes, we must endure. I thank you, Geralt. Again.
No need. Again.
I'll not take any more of this modesty. This is a land of heroes. Let this remind you of that. And now, I must ride for Gedinath, for the Jarl's Council. Time to pick a king.
What do you think? Who'll get the nod?
Come with me, see for yourself. All may listen to our deliberations.
I do have a horse in the race. Can't refuse, to be honest.
As I thought. Well, let's go. We're just in time.
They've already started.
Weren't long ago, we gave King Bran back to the sea. Today, our mourning ends. Today, by the grace of the gods and the clans, a new ruler takes the crown. Let us swear him fealty. Skellige has chosen! I know you've long awaited this day. We strike at Nilfgaard!
Hjalmar! 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 Hjalmar!
Though the war on the continent had ended, Hjalmar refused to lay down his arms. The young king pledged to raid and burn the shores of the Empire of Nilfgaard each spring. He meant to keep his word, even at the cost of drowning his people in their own blood.
Wolf, did you see? The black dogs in their rickety tubs. They bay at our gates, seek to strike fear in our hearts.
Saw 'em all. Where's Ermion?
Went to see Lugas. An uncrate on the throne remains a thorn in his ass. Now he's seen the Black Ones, it pricks him even harder. The Druid's gone to reason with the dim-witted knob.
Think I'll join Ermion. Need to talk to him.
Go. And when you see that bloody twit Lugas, be sure and tell him... best not. The Druid knows what to say. Farewell.
I'll not kneel before an Oncrite, never. That clear to you?
You prefer to aid the Black Ones?
I'd sooner right the rights of bleeding Moorhog than let Crack rule all Skellige.
And your men, what do they say? Will they follow you when the Jarls call you a traitor?
This here's my land, Druid. Watch your words.
What would you call it if not treason?
That's your bark before you bite. Did Crack send you here for my head? Well then go ahead. Try to take it. Get him!
Kill him! Harder!
We should not stay. Well, Geralt, I see no row can occur in Skellige without your participation.
Mean and inaccurate, Ermion. Seems to me I've missed quite a few.
The blood of Croc's blood sits upon the throne, and that is your doing. I'm afraid you've ignited a small civil war.
For ages, men had shed each other's blood in the quest for Skellige's crown. Politics as usual, just a difference of degree. Yet the bloody feast at Caer Trolda was different. It was dishonorable, treacherous, needed investigation. More Witcher's work. Work that culminated with the crowning of the Isle's new ruler.
So, Clan Drummond will attack sooner than we expected, it seems.
Thought Croc sent you to negotiate an agreement with Lugas.
Ha! An agreement? Only Croc believes such a thing possible at this stage.
Mean I didn't actually ruin things for you?
Not this time. Lugas' death stands to change a great deal. His cousin, who will now be named Jarl, is a weak commander. Stupid. This war will start soon, end even sooner.
Pretty sure you can handle this fine without me.
Aye, we will. So long, Wolf.
Bran would slit that traitor's bitch's throat were he alive. And we should have drowned that whelp in deep water the day he was born.
Looking for Ermion.
Oh, he's in there with him, pale as a beached carp. If he don't bring the brat in line, who will? But no, he says, the gods gave us a king. We must support him. Support what? Svanrige standing there like a mute fencing dummy, gazing on as that hag sells us to the Black Ones. Berna Bran arranged everything behind our backs. Well, she's not even denying it. I refuse to look upon this disgrace.
Who is this?
No one important? As I was saying, we shall discuss the details later. His Majesty accepts the document in its current form.
Never thought I'd live to see the day.
We are prepared to seal the treaty.
How much would I need to pay you to take off her head, here and now?
Do it for free, gladly.
The king pledges to fulfill all the conditions by the summer solstice.
Before I sign, I wish to hear this from the king's mouth.
Svanriga.
Tweersach! Tweersach!
We move out at once.
You hear what the king said? Move!
In Skellige, anyone can be king. All they need is the Jarls on their side. Sometimes a mediocrity gets just that, and the Isles get a ruler the clans don't respect. No one expected much of Svanriga, of Clan Tweersach, but he went down in history as the founder of a dynasty, and as the king who united all the clans against Nilfgaard.
Svanliga, who could have known? The Jarls have one they can believe in again.
Many islanders believed Svanriga would be no more than his ambitious mother's puppet. The young king proved them wrong, ignoring her whims and ruling with an iron hand all his own. Tired of the Jarls and their endless feuds, he resolved to turn the Isles into an absolute monarchy, modeled after those of the continent. What he resolved he achieved, but only by shedding his countrymen's blood.